Okay, welcome to another video. We're down here at the Massey Ferguson. Apologize for the audio. It's going to be a little off today, simply because I got the air conditioner running. So I'm going to do the best I can with the audio. Today I've already done all of the maintenance as far as the hydrostat fluid and hydraulic fluid. It's come time now to change the engine oil. Another thing I'm going to check while I'm in here is the fuel filter. Typically I do this every other time. It's not quite time to do that yet. It'll be probably just before the next oil change that I'll do that. But I do want to check and make sure there's no water. It's a clear bowl. I'll show you where that's at. This thing's been working hard. I cleared out behind the shop, bush hogged twice, and dug up just a ton of trees that have grown up now that everything's green around here. Anyway, I'm going to get to this. We're going to pop open this hood. This is probably one of the easiest maintenance items on this tractor or any piece of equipment that I've ever worked on, simply because it's really easy to get to all the filters and the drain. And I'll show you where all that's at. We'll get this hood open and we'll get this changed out. I think it's going to take me, if I were doing this off camera, this would take maybe 10 minutes. Okay, when you open up the hood, it's really simple. Your oil fills right here on top of the engine. I'll do another shot of this, but it's right here in this general vicinity. And the oil filter is right where you can get to it. And if you crawl down here underneath, you can basically pop that oil filter off really easily. It's 100% accessible, which is what I like. It's easy to get off, easy to clean it up. And the oil is really easy to drain. So I'm going to get an oil pan and we'll get started on that. Okay, that's where the oil fill is at. And so this would be driver's side. You go down here and the oil filter is right there. Real easy to get to. You can reach in there and grab it and turn it off. The drain plug is also easy and there's plenty of space. I don't know how well that's going to come through on camera. But it's basically a 19mm bolt. I got plenty of space for my drain pan, which I really like. We'll spin around over here. It's located right here. This is where you check the oil. So, real quick recap. Check the oil here. Put the oil in here. What you'll want to do is you want to drain the oil first. Take out the oil filter, replace it. Put your drain plug back in and then replace the oil filter and pour your oil in. This is what we're going to be putting back in it, and I showed this on the other video. Went ahead and purchased this last time. Just putting some Rotella 1540 in it. Okay, we're on the passenger side. It's going to be really hard to see. I don't have a lot of light. But right in this area there's a clear bowl. I'm going to try to get an undershot of it here. But it's right there. It's relatively easy to get to. There's one little mount that's in the way. And really what you want to check on that is I usually replace that oil filter every other change. Every other oil change. And just, check and see if, is it cloudy? Is there water in it? Etc. You'll want to check that quite often to make sure that you don't have a problem. But I'm going to go ahead and drain this oil out real quick, swap out this filter, and then we'll get some oil back in it. Okay, we got the oil changed. Basically, I made a huge mess here. Took that Rotella in right here and almost dropped the whole thing. Luckily, I had enough, but it made a big mess. I had to wash off the engine after I got done filling it. I did check the fuel filter, and again, it's right underneath here. Everything looks good there. I will change it the next time around. Okay, we got everything buttoned up. Probably gonna just run this around real quick to the back and do just drop the box blade and finish leveling out some stuff that I've got just to show you. I really don't notice the difference after I change the oil. The biggest thing that I've noticed on these, and I know some other folks have run into it too, is water in the fuel. It'll kind of start running real rough. It'll start shaking. Key telltale indicator If this is just wobbling like crazy, you probably got water in the fuel. One thing I found that really helps is try to keep the tractor full of diesel. If you basically have the tank completely full, it seems to get less condensate in the tank. It's just less of a problem. Anyway, I'm gonna hop on here and just check it out, make sure it's still good before I pull it out, and we'll go do a little bit of scraping. Alright, just one tip, especially with these Massies. You saw there, I mean, this is pretty rough ground because there's a lot of big roots, and what's happening is the tine is actually going down and catching in a root. And what's happening is it's actually pushing a little bit up on the tractor, and it's stopping the forward momentum. Now, I have enough forward power. The biggest thing I've noticed when doing the box blade with these smaller mini tractors, put something in the bucket. I'm going to go around and grab a little load and put it in the bucket, and I'm going to try to do the same thing. You'll notice it doesn't get stuck near as easy. Okay, so you can kind of see how that works. It puts a lot more traction on the ground. When I had it throttled down there, it would almost kill the motor before it actually spin. Two, a lot of times if I'm going in a straight line or I think I'm going to spin, I'll lock in the diff lock. That's an option on these machines. It's this pedal right here. The best way to do it is just put a little bit of gentle pressure on it and it'll pop in. It doesn't really engage really well when you're just sitting still, or at least mine doesn't. But if you have a little bit of pressure on it, it'll engage and lock both tires in, and it'll move on forward. We pulled up a lot of organic debris, a lot of root systems just then. That little patch of grass there that was covered in dirt, that was the main thing that was holding up the tines. My particular box blade, I'm not super fond of the design because I think the tines go down probably too far. Even on the lowest setting, that's what they're on now. I mean high setting, but the lowest amount that it's digging down on the ground. But all in all, that's basically what I have to do, especially in my terrain, especially going up hills, things like that. Really makes the tractor work a lot better, and you can get a lot more work done in a shorter amount of time. Anyway, I hope you liked the video, and you know, for sure on these Massies, they're super easy to service, so make sure that you take care of the service. Most people that have these are, you know, they're residential style machines, and they're a big investment, and you want them to last a long time. And that's the best way to make sure that they will last a long time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.